Jessie's going to plunge, and then we're going to have a cold conversation about Nordic Wave.
I've been breathing my whole life, and yet I haven't noticed my breath until recently. I've always been interested in health. I love kale salad. I've always been an exerciser, but I've never noticed my breath as well. I have noticed my breath, but I haven't paid attention to how to use my breath to improve my health. I came to breath work when I couldn't move anymore. I had an injury to my ACL, and I've always used exercise as my way of calming my body and moving stress out and coping. And in that time, I couldn't go first to my favorite go-to. And so I moved to the breath to cultivate another resource, another way to resource myself and build resilience. I'm a nurse midwife, and as a nurse midwife, most things take me 9 months to feel in my body. And this was no different. It took me 9 months to experience the breathing techniques and how I could use them in my own body. And now that I'm 9 months in, I feel like I can use the techniques to support other people to use them in their bodies. As I said, I work as a nurse midwife, and I work in a hospital and a medical system, and I've observed the difficulty of healthcare providers being able to sustain their work. There's a really high level of burnout, there's high levels of addiction, and really high levels of suicide. And I feel like this Nordic Flow ecosystem could be beneficial to healthcare providers to build their own resilience, their own recoil, their own ability to resource themselves in order to continue to do the work. Recoil. When the lungs open in diastole, it's called recoil. So there's systole when the lungs contract, and diastole when the lungs open. And learning this breathwork ecosystem has helped me to open my understanding in a way that will allow me to use the different techniques at different times and support other people to use the different techniques at different times to either calm their bodies or activate their bodies and minds. Calm their minds, activate their minds.